something you may take for granted, but there are more than 800 children right now who are up for adoption in Virginia looking for a family to call their own.
And tonight, 10 News is launching a special project called 30 Days of Hope. Our goal is to connect a child with a loving family.
10 News reporter Jenna Zibton explains the need and how we're working to find a perfect match for 30 children.
Emily Smith is curious, loves science, and is into fashion. She's just like any other 12-year-old, but Emily wants a family.
I like to explore more and new things. I like to try new foods. I like to discover new cultures.
She came into the foster care system at age 8 and has lived with 2 families over the last 5 years.
Emily came into foster care for the same reason that all of our children come in, because her parents were unable to care for her at the time and provide her with a safe and secure environment.
DePaul Community Resources adoption specialist Julie Vance has been working to find her a family.
She's been in a warm, nurturing home for a good extended amount of time to help her heal and be prepared to be adopted by her forever family. She tells me over and over she'd like somebody young, that she would like someone that would travel, do exciting things with her. She wants to have fun. She's very energetic.
More than 5,000 children in Virginia are currently in foster care, and nearly 900 are available for adoption right now. Many of these children are older or siblings waiting in the system, in danger of turning 18 without a family to support them in their adult years.
These kids are just like any other kids. They have great attributes. They have things to offer. They're funny. They're fun-loving. They want someone to love them. They want a home. They want a community to call their own.
I was adopted when I was 3.
Debbie Johnson is with Connecting Hearts. The organization works with agencies and families across Virginia, hoping to match them together.
I was one of the lucky ones. And when I think what my life might have been and what my life actually is, I can't even imagine.
10 News is partnering with Connecting Hearts to highlight a local child every day and raise awareness for the hundreds that may never be seen, like a case she saw firsthand.
In walks a woman with carrying a bassinet, 2 twins, 3 months old, that were just dropped off at the emergency room. The diagnosis was failure to thrive. No one was feeding them. No one was holding them. And I just cringe.
That's one story, but there are so many more. Children just like Emily who need a permanent, loving home.
It'd be nice if they had a home to stay in, people that love them.
Take the chance, reach out, don't be afraid. It's very, very rewarding, and you could change someone's life.
Over the next 30 days, we'll show you one child who needs a home. These are children from Southwest Virginia who need special people in their life, a family to call their own. The first child is a teen. He's a goal setter and looking forward to getting his learner's permit, getting a part-time job, and saving money to buy a car to fix up. Meet Breyer. The 17-year-old has a great sense of humor and enjoys reading and playing video games. Breyer has aspirations of joining the military, possibly the Army. Because of his diligent nature, Breyer was selected to attend a statewide youth conference for independent living. He does these activities because he knows they will prepare him for adulthood. Breyer is seeking a forever family who will be supportive and encouraging so he can achieve his life's goals. Breyer is just one of 30 children we're featuring during 30 Days of Hope, trying to find families for the hundreds of kids in foster care across Virginia in danger of aging out of the system without a family. If you would like to adopt Breyer, go to WSLS.com and click on 30 Days of Hope. You'll find all the information you need for Connecting Hearts. Jenna Zibton, 10 News, working for you. A scientist in the making, Eric's bright and analytical nature is perfectly inclined toward his scientific endeavors. The 16-year-old does well in school and aspires to become a forensic pathologist. A natural introvert, he has a good heart and is courteous and respectful, leaving a lasting impression on those who meet him. Eric is optimistic about his future and deserves a loving family who can nurture his growth and provide stability. He does best in structured, well-organized environments and benefits from opportunities to process in times of conflict. Eric is just one of 30 children we're featuring during 30 Days of Hope, trying to find families for the hundreds of kids in foster care across Virginia in danger of aging out of the system without a family. James is a great kid who will lift your spirits when you're with him. The 16-year-old loves to be with others and enjoys helping in whatever way he can. He enjoys time spent with a good friend his age, but also relates well with adults. He enjoys school since he's more on a vocational track. He enjoys learning how to fix things and does best with hands-on experience. James has been helping with a maintenance crew and loves working with them. He also loves to eat and enjoys trying new foods and restaurants. He loves to be outside, and his favorite thing to do is wash a car or mow a lawn. He'll be the first one out the door if the word fishing is mentioned. Hunter is a vivacious and friendly young man. He thrives with physical activity and time spent outdoors. On a pretty day, you might find the 17-year-old doing flips on the trampoline, skateboarding, playing paintball, snowboarding, playing basketball, or throwing a football. Hunter is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and cheers for the Miami Heat. He adores all dogs, but has a special place in his heart for boxers and hopes to one day own a pet snake. Hunter enjoys playing video games, cooking, reading, and watching comedies. He has a good time at school and gets along with both teachers and his peers. Spanish is his favorite subject. He plans to attend college and would like to become a chef. He likes to stay busy and wants to get out in the community to have fun. We have brothers who need a home. Rudy and Elvis have a very tight-knit bond and want to be adopted together. 13-year-old Rudy, he's there on the left. He enjoys being helpful. He's bright and does well in school. Rudy enjoys performing card tricks and is proud to show off how quickly he can put together a Rubik's Cube. He also enjoys being active, playing games on his tablet, and playing his favorite sport, soccer. Rudy is looking forward to playing on a soccer team. His brother, 8-year-old Elvis, is very energetic and likes being active. Elvis enjoys reading, playing with Legos, watching cartoons, and playing games. He enjoys spending time outdoors and going to the park. His favorite sport is soccer too, and he's also looking forward to playing on a team. He is outgoing and makes friends easily. Elvis loves learning, and his teachers enjoy having him in class. The brothers want a family, just like the other children we're featuring during 30 Days of Hope, trying to find families for the hundreds of kids in foster care across Virginia.
At 18 years old, Savannah Woolwine is an adult. She has her own apartment and a job, but life could be a lot different.
Honestly, if I didn't have this place, then I have no idea where I would go. I'd probably be on the streets.
She's part of Fostering Futures, a program that started last year. Instead of being thrown out of foster care at 18, they can choose to stay with the Department of Social Services, getting job training, help with school, and life skills.
This program has helped me become more mature and it's welcomed me into adulthood instead of slamming it in my face, you know. They help with bills, and they help me find jobs. They help with college funds.
Developmentally, we're not really grown when we turn 18 in every occasion, and we need to be there to support these kids because we are their legal parents and we have a responsibility to help them succeed.
The program started because more kids were aging out of the foster care system in Virginia than any other state, turning 18 without a family. There are about 200 people in Virginia in Fostering Futures right now. Anyone that was in foster care previously and is now between 18 and 21 can be part of the program.
I think, honestly, we are doing homelessness prevention. We're doing addiction prevention. We're doing mental health support. These are worthy goals that the state of Virginia has set because the statistics in most states are a large proportion of our adult homeless population were in foster care.
If it wasn't for that, there'd be so many kids on the streets and in trouble or in jail.
Savannah plans to go to Virginia Western in the spring and wants to be a social worker. And if you already have kids, Alexander may be a child that would be a perfect addition to your family. Alex would like to have older siblings he can look up to. The 14-year-old is a sweet and charming young man. He enjoys being active and loves sports. Alexander's favorite sport is basketball, and he also likes riding a bike. He gets bored easily, so it's important that he's involved in activities. He also likes projects where he can be creative, like drawing and painting. He likes playing chess and card games. He likes fishing and wants to do it more. He's very energetic and can be helpful when asked. Alex wants a family just like the other children we're featuring during 30 Days of Hope, trying to find families for the hundreds of kids in foster care across Virginia.
Many kids end up in foster care because of drugs. It's a growing problem across Virginia.
Addicted parents struggling with day-to-day life with kids left behind. 10 News reporter Jenna Zibton talked to one family who's taken in 10 children.
Dakota and Jasmine, they were born into different families, but have similar stories about drug addiction.
My father was never around. My mom was in and out of jail. They were both addicted to drugs. My grandmother, I lived with her for 7 years, and she was addicted to drugs.
Okay, who's going next?
His mom struggles with addiction. And when we got the phone call about Dakota, we got a phone call that we had a child in the hospital that was addicted to meth.
In Virginia, 30% of kids in foster care are because of drug abuse by a parent, and local Department of Social Services are on the front lines.
The majority of our cases at DSS have a connection with an addiction or substance abuse. Opiates are rampant, as is marijuana.
The kids are the ones that suffer.
I moved through 5 homes in my 4th grade year.
But for Jasmine and Dakota, the Eaton family changed their lives. 10 foster kids have lived with Tasha Eaton, and she's adopted 7.
If I were living with my biological family, I wouldn't be able to do as many things as I am. Like now, I play volleyball, I go out and I hang out with my friends.
And Dakota, 4 hours after he came home from the hospital to the Eatons, his tests came back clean. He wasn't born addicted to meth.
I usually like to do math, and my favorite part of school is spelling.
His biological mom is still in his life. Dakota calls her Aunt Bobby.
I have 2 dads, 2 moms, have lots of brothers and sisters, and it feels great.
We realized very quickly that Dakota's biological mom was very special. She looked at him with love. She held him with love. And we realized that for her to be a part of his life would mean that he had someone else in his life to love him.
Jasmine talks with her family too, but doesn't see them often. She doesn't want families to shy away from kids like her.
A lot of people don't understand is that people that come from foster care or come from bad backgrounds aren't always going to end up like their parents.
Jasmine and Dakota are thankful for a family like the Eatons, but hundreds of kids across Virginia don't have permanent families. They're looking for a family to call their own. Tonight, we want to tell you about Isaiah. He collects model cars and is extremely knowledgeable about antique cars, too. The 14-year-old is loving towards pets, especially dogs. He likes to get out into the community to breathe the fresh air when going to the park, geocaching, riding his bike, swimming, or camping. He likes to read, and his favorite is superhero comic books. Sometimes he gets inventive and makes crafts with paper. With some encouragement and assistance doing homework, Isaiah will continue improving in school. This cheerful and interactive boy would be overjoyed to be accepted into a family that will nurture and support him with a steady hand and loving heart. He wants a family just like the other children we're featuring during 30 Days of Hope, trying to find families for the hundreds of kids in foster care across Virginia. If you would like to adopt him, go to WSLS.com and click on 30 Days of Hope. You'll find all the info you need to get your questions answered. Jenna Zibton, 10 News, working for you.